A race of dreamers, a race of people who have landed on the moon, a race of people who have built submarines. Fellow Toastmasters and dreamers, have you ever had a dream that is too crazy, too big, and too impossible? Yes, I know. Well, that is on your blood. It's in your DNA. Dreams are moved civilization through years. Dreamers are the people who invent everything that you can see. If you doubt it, just look around. Your cell phones, your cameras, your computers, your cars. Everything started with a thought. Everything was a crazy idea on the mind of somebody else. And probably those inventors were told that that was nonsense, that that was crazy, but they continue. Have you ever wondered if you have what it takes to achieve your dream? Perhaps sometimes you think that you are not good enough to achieve your dream. And I have you news. You are part of an amazing race. Those geniuses are not far away from you. You are part of that race. Probably you won't build the next spaceship, but I'm pretty sure that you have ambitious goals. Have you ever wondered why some people have success and other people surrender in the path to achieve their dreams? Have you ever wondered what are the difference between live your dreams or live your fears? I realized that personal communication, that personality is more important than knowledge. Everybody has a dream, but you have to go for it. You have to keep doing to achieve it. One day, I have a dream. My dream was to work abroad and live in a different culture. And overnight, I changed my country, my language, my job, my family, and my friends. And I traveled to the States. I live in a beautiful suburb in California, in the land of Hollywood and movie stars. The suburb have a lake, beautiful, with dogs and many other wild animals. And believe it or not, sometimes some people saw some bears. So it was sunny California with swimming pools and everything was incredible. But I realized also that in the middle of the paradise, sometimes there are sad stories. One day I went to the hospital, to the county hospital, and I met one guy who had all the hand to the blood, and he couldn't talk to the doctors and tell them what happened because he couldn't speak English very well. And then I joined one class of accent reduction, and I found some friends over there that couldn't get a job because they have a very hard accent. I have a friend, she was a business administrator, and she worked as an nanny. There was a civil engineer, and he worked at a pizza place. And the worst was one of my friends from Iran. She had a master's degree and Microsoft certifications. Every time she submitted her resume, people were impressed that she didn't get a job because she has a very hard accent. And in that moment, I decided that I could be fearless or I could surrender and be feared. In that moment, I imagined that I was in the middle of the ocean, that I have to swim to reach the beach. And if I surrender, I would die. To survive, I have to exceed expectations, go beyond what others have done. So what I did was, best. And I did it. And after that summer, there was another challenge to get a job. But when you move to another country, you have to validate your college degree. And it takes 1 year or probably 2. And I didn't have time to do that. So I say I will just jump into the market. And my friends told me, you're crazy? You won't get a job. And I said, why not? Just try it. Let's do it. So, lucky me, I'm a rocket scientist. So, you can see all my portfolio. And brochures are the same here in China, Pakistan, whatever are brochures. So what I did, I went to the school. There was one office. And the people trained me to answer questions for interviews. And when they finished, they told me, don't worry, it takes up to 6 months to get a job. Relax, and after 6 months you don't get a job, return, and we are going to make some adjustments. 6 months? Forget it. My bank account couldn't stand not even 2 months. I have to do something. So I decided that if native speakers could submit, would call 10 companies, I would call 20. If they will go for a print resume, I will deliver an interactive presentation. If they will ask for $100, I will ask for $50. Anyway, I just called all the companies I could, and I scheduled as many appointments as I could handle. Lord knows that I have no idea how to get there. And believe it or not, I was an expert getting lost in LA. And after 2 weeks, I found one job opportunity, only 15 minutes from my home. So I went to the interview. Matthew was the owner of the company, and he said, well, it's very impressive, your portfolio, but you know, we also create television commercials. What is your experience on television? Television? Does it count the hundreds of hours that I have spent watching television? Lucky me, I have worked in one post-production company at the area of internet. So I told him, I'm familiar with the lingo, but I have never done commercials. He said, don't worry, you can learn. And he gave me the job. Yes! Mexican power. In only 2 weeks. And in that moment I realized that if you don't try it, you never know what you can accomplish. All my friends that told me that I never got a job, they never worked on graphic design first. Why did they tell me, and what did I listen to them if they don't have any expertise about it? What about you? Think about your dream. How many people have told you that you cannot achieve that goal? Are they experts? Are they your family, your friends, that they don't believe in you? And what about if you just try it? What about if you get a job in another country, in another language, even if you cannot speak perfectly? What about if somebody gives you an opportunity? And you know, Matthew, the owner of that agency, taught me a great lesson. Because he had to left Iraq when he was 19 years old to save his life. He went to Europe. He didn't speak the language. And he told me that he had a very hard time because he didn't know anything. He moved to the States when he was 21. And he said, Andrea, I got a job My dream was not to be a salesperson of a cable company. My dream was to be a producer. And he started one company. And Matthew taught me another important lesson. Matthew has a lot of obstacles because Matthew had also a lot of grammar mistakes. But he hired an African speaker to be his copy. Matthew had more obstacles. Sometimes people, he told me, they discriminate me for my color, for my country, for my religion. They don't want to make business with me, some people, because I'm Muslim. And you know what he did? He found opportunity. He started making business with people from Iran. Every time he found one obstacle, Matthew found a solution. And in that moment I realized that because I was an immigrant, that was not an excuse to achieve great things. And my friends changed. And some of them told me, just look at the mayor of Los Angeles, Zaragoza. He has a Latin heritage. And in that moment, I realized that the governor of California was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Have you listened Arnold and his accent? How can he be a governor with that hard accent? And when I read an article about him, I realized that when he went to California and when he tried to start his career on movies, people told him, you won't make it because you have a very large last name, very weird, and your accent is terrible. And he did it. Have you watched Terminator? It's not an excuse. What I have learned is that people have common factors for succeed. You can live your dreams or you can live your fears. You have to struggle to achieve your dreams. It's not going to be easy. You have to do a lot of things to achieve those dreams. But you only have one life. And it's worth to fight for them. Think about what is your dream. Think about what is the obstacles. Think about what people tell you. Think about what you tell yourself. Because what I learned is that it's very important the dialogue that you have with yourself. When you tell yourself that you cannot achieve that goal, you can't. When you think that you can achieve that goal, you are closer to the goal. I don't want that you migrate to the United States, but I want you to know that whatever is your dream, if you have that heart, if you can check what are the paths to succeed, you will do it. I learned that successful people have common factors. Successful people live their dreams and they don't live their fears. Everything starts with a vision. The reality you create it with your thoughts. Live a successful life. Live to your potential. And you can do, first of all, believe that your dream is possible. Second, you really have to focus steal your dreams. Because when they steal your dreams, they steal your destiny. And third, surrender by people who believe on you. Surrender by people who has expectation about you. The fulfilled life, the life that is relevant, is an accomplishment. You only have